Alright, so let's give a little bit more of a detailed breakdown about why Mythic resilience really isn't any sort of issue. Now keep in mind, depending on how you build your casters, you might require an adjustment in thinking to the meta way of building spellcasters, and that's having the ability to target multiple saving throws, leaning mostly towards reflex and will, because fortitude is the most commonly high saving throw in the game. It's typically sketchy already in baseline rules to focus too much on targeting that, and you'll want to grab a spell attack roll for situations in which the enemy is particularly debuffed or reflex and will happen to be their mythic resiliences. But this is pretty much how all very experienced caster players build their characters anyway. Having a pocket spell attack option because they hit pretty hard and oftentimes enemies will be highly debuffed. And then have a mix of spells mostly veering towards reflex and will to either debuff or damage the enemy by targeting those things. Run strictly rules as written. Mythic resiliency goes to the highest save first and the lowest last, so the default player pattern of seeking and targeting the lowest saving throw will almost always bypass it for large swaths of the game. And let's not forget that when you have access to Mythic casting, you have massive buffs to your DC, and you're not always running into Mythic resilience. The majority of enemies will not be Mythic. There will be non-Mythic enemies on the battlefield. Many of your spells that you're casting at Mythic proficiency are AoE, and literally only one of the Mythic templates can have Mythic resilience in all three saving throws, and that isn't until level 13. If you look at Mythic resilience and go, oh God, that is such a huge defensive boost, you also got to consider that, for the most part, being Mythic doesn't increase their saving throws in any other way aside from Mythic resilience, so that open save you're targeting with a Mythic spell is a regular monster saving throw, going up against, for the large majority of the game, a 6 higher DC than it's supposed to be. And in addition to all the other means by which you can recover Mythic points, it's expected that the GM will give you a refresh every third encounter and ensure you have full Mythic points for Mythic bosses. So you're really kind of almost guaranteed to have one really debilitating Mythic spell available every fight all day forever, even if you do nothing else to recharge your Mythic points. And we'll cover this in another video, but people really don't consider the level ranges of Mythic resilience. More than one Mythic resilience isn't even a common occurrence until 8th level.